intensely searching for an original
Welcome to the next episode of Tobin's Spirit Guide. Lotan, a powerful spectral entity that most often takes the form of a whale. Sightings of this being date back to at least the destruction of Pompeii. Lotan is primarily a specter who can be counted on to manifest before a major catastrophe. Anything from a natural disaster to a massive paranormal event. If tragedy is somehow averted or doesn't live up to its expectations, Lotan may lash out in frustration in order to cause more chaos. Big boy. Vampire Bat. The vampire bat manifestation is a spectral construct created from the meeting of ambient psychokinetic energy and vampire folklore, processed by the collective public subconscious. We consider ourselves lucky that the collective subconscious cannot, at this time, aid in the creation of a larger entity. This ghost is small, but a potent and aggressive little attacker. He's cute. Catsif, a fairy trapped in the form of a cat. Catsif are unsettling entities that have inspired a number of popular superstitions, most notably the one about black cats being unlucky. Anyone who meets a catsif and doesn't provide it with food or milk may be cursed with bad luck, if not attacked on sight. Like the cat they resemble, these former fairies are attracted to a good warm fire. There you go. There you go. There you go. One of the cuter ghosts, in my opinion. Abai, a large spectral eel that often manifests near inland bodies of water. An abai generally protects anything that lives in the lakes and rivers it decides to inhabit, which is bad news for fishermen. The abai will do whatever it can to deter fishing from flipping boats to rising out of the water so that it may physically attack. If an abai gets truly angry, it may manifest in a town or city and retaliate with an attack on the people who live there. Snekabeki? Snekabeki. Well, fins, I guess. Tengu. Entities that first manifested in the forests of Japan, Tengu were initially thought to be the returned spirits of conceited people. While this might be true in the case of mischievous or evil Tengu, some Tengu are good and helpful. Good or evil, the defining trait of a Tengu is curiosity. They can't resist poking their long nose into any situation that grabs their attention. Sometimes this leads to a Tengu assistance, and sometimes it leads to a Tengu's curse. I really do actually like these designs. There we go. Gutzlang, a long and terrifying presence. The original Gutzlang was a powerful demon rumored to be hidden away in a cave in southern Africa. An entity large enough to prey on elephants, the Gutzlang doesn't leave its cave, but it can and does create small duplicates of itself, which have spread throughout the world. These Gutzlang though less powerful than their creator, are nevertheless still quite terrifying. Is a snake? The Mali, an animal-like entity that first manifested in Africa. The Mali most closely resembles a large hippopotamus. These entities have a large concentration of psychokinetic energy than a being this size normally would, which causes an aura of heat to form around them. They are voracious eaters and will consume virtually anything, be it animal, mineral, or vegetable. Between their size, appetite, and the extreme heat they produce, the Mali would be an unwelcome presence, even if it wasn't aggressive, and that it is. Guardian Lion Fire. A guardian lion was captured and used in ancient China to settle disputes. As an empathic entity, it was able to discern truth and would always attack the wrong entity in any argument or criminal accusation. In the modern age, people are able to argue with others the world over, and this has overwhelmed the guardian lion's empathetic abilities. It will now attack anyone that's in the wrong in any way, from a white lie to a serious crime. Let's show the light version, the dark version, which is one of my favorites. And now, the Nekomata, the corrupted spirit of a domestic house cat. A Nekomata has minor necromantic powers, specifically the ability to raise ghostly servants. These servants tend to be rodents or birds, creatures a Nekomata would have been very familiar with hunting in its former life. A Nekomata is a negatively charged entity and very aggressive. It is semi-corporeal and, like many cats, highly agile. It can attack like a ghost or like a ninja. The three-tailed fox, a lower spectrum demon. This spirit fox is most likely known for its multiple tails. While there are exceptions, this entity is typically mischievous at best, though they do grow craftier and more powerful with age. The three-tailed fox is the youngest and least powerful specimen, though it resembles a human, albeit with a fox-like features, and is extremely intelligent. It does not share human empathy, which can occasionally make trickery more dangerous. It kind of has a bunny look to it. Let's see, we did that. The six-tailed fox, a mid-spectrum demon. The fox spirit is more widely known for its multiple tails. While there are exceptions, these types of entities are typically mischievous at best, though they do grow The six-tailed fox is the middle of the pack as far as power. It can shape-shift into the body of a tailless human woman if it chooses, and is more than smart enough to pass as a human when it does. Mostly, it is content to remain in its fox form, which resembles a human with fox-like features. The six-tailed fox has a wider range of powers available, which can, but do not always include hypnosis and telekinesis. Isn't she lovely? The nine-tailed fox. Okay, let's see. The nine-tailed fox is not only far craftier than any human being, they are generally far beyond the typical concept of good and evil as well. They simply view the world and everything in it as their plaything. And my favorite design. Slimer. Conjured during a Gozerian cult meeting in the Sedgwick Hotel, this aggressive green ghost is nothing less than a pure, tangible embodiment of the id. It exists to consume, to amuse itself, and to immediately follow its every impulse. Generally, it will avoid confrontation, but it will attack if provoked, or if it simply feels like it. Fearsome Flush. Fearsome Flush is a real nuisance of a manifestation, the kind that prefers to possess porcelain. The little ghost gets into, inhabits, and animates any toilet it can, spewing ectoplasm, sprouting facial features, and freaking out those who come to relieve themselves. Typically, the haunted toilet will stay attached to the floor it's connected to, but it is more than capable of movement and can sometimes be seen roaming the streets. I actually had this toy. Earl is an atypical subcutaneous specter, the kind of entity that prefers to hitch a ride in the skin of an unsuspecting host, only occasionally fully possessing the body, or parts of the body, for its own amusement. While they're mostly harmless to their host, prolonged contact with these ghost psychokinetic discards can make a nasty rash. They're not easily to lure out either. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. And that's it for this episode of Tobin's Spirit Guide. I'll see you guys next time.
This is a no-go. I just can't take